Hello, everyone. Thanks for logging on to CBSColorado.com. Time now for a few extra minutes with Coach Mike Sanford and Nate Jackson. And if you were watching Monday Live, we just wrapped talking about the controversy. Are the Chiefs getting the fair calls? And you said you feel like dynastic teams get accused of this. You always think about, right, Tom Brady. So let's just recap in case people didn't see where you guys fall on this.
Well, I think the only real dynastic team and superstar player that never got accused of getting the favoritism from the league was Michael Jordan. Yeah. Michael Jordan kind of stayed a lovable figure for whatever reason. Yeah. Tom Brady, while he did insert himself into the National Football League as an early star, I mean, it was like his third Super Bowl. Everybody was just, they get all the calls and they're cheating and this, that, and the other thing. Same thing's happening right now with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. It's just a narrative going into every game that there's always going to be a call. And so everybody watches the game looking for that call that's going to go in favor of the Chiefs.
They played a lot of football and 7 straight AFC championship games, all these big games. They have these relationships with these refs. They know each other very well. If you get pulled over speeding and you know the cop, he's going to be like, all right, get out of here. I think there's a little bit of that, maybe some familiarity. But I think these refs are trying to referee the game with integrity. I do believe that. But the Chiefs are just so good also at toeing the line, at making a play that's almost illegal but not quite illegal, or getting close to it. And so I think that there's an element of gamesmanship that they are able to pull off that other teams aren't.
Let's talk about this upcoming Super Bowl, which of course everybody's already said, the Chiefs and the refs are going to win. But all right, let's play both ways. How do the Eagles reverse course from what happened 2 years ago and beat the Chiefs?
The matchup for me is two awesome Italian defensive coordinators between Denver's former head coach and Vic Fangio and Steve Spagnuolo. A lot of vowels between those two ball coaches. Really good football coaches.
A lot of meatballs, too.
No question. And Paisan. And what I like is Vic Fangio brings in the #1 defense in the National Football League, physical, tough, and they're going to get their hits on Patrick Mahomes. I think they're going to be a problem. This is going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to come down to, can Steve Spagnuolo deal with a team that's not predicated on elite quarterback play, but on an elite running back? And that's going to be an interesting game plan for Spags.
Yeah, you remember when Fangio was here as the head coach? He did a good job against the Chiefs, at least defensively. He wasn't able to beat them, but they were really able to slow Patrick Mahomes down. The Eagles had a bad defense last year, and like Mike said, the best defense in the league this year. That's going to be a very interesting matchup. I think if they can get to him, they can hit him. Easier said than done, but they could win by 2 touchdowns. You never know. I mean, Saquon Barkley is playing at a super high level. These guys, A.J. Brown is a very potent threat. Jalen Hurts can beat you with his legs and with his arms. So, I see it as a defensive battle, like you said.
It's wild when you think about it. Saquon Barkley is the guy that's got to be targeted by every defense that's faced him this year. And he still gets these home run, 60-plus yard runs. It's incredible, especially in the National Football League where it's so hard to find explosive runs.
Right.
Yeah, the Giants are probably feeling like they did the right thing by letting him go.
Yeah, great move there, Mr. Shane and Mr. Dayball.
Yeah, I think John Mara hasn't slept for a few days. Bless his heart. All right, so let's talk about the Broncos. How do the Broncos catch up to the elite? We obviously saw this year when you talk about Ravens, Bills, there was a big gap with the way they competed with them and other teams. How do they catch up?
Yeah, so you continue to build your roster. Every year you lose about, give or take, about 30% of your roster changes. And so there are going to be some new players in some starting roles. Who knows where those are going to be. But to me, you've already started to set the culture. Guys are going to fall in line when they come in the locker room, and they're going to play pretty well. To me, it's taking your lumps in the playoffs. Like I was saying earlier, the Broncos got absolutely smacked around against the Bills. They were not quite ready as a young and hungry team for these playoff moments. I know Sean Payton said after the fact, we were excited about next week's matchup. We were going to go to Arrowhead and win. Sure you were, Sean. This is a different team. The Chiefs in the playoffs are a different team than they are in the regular season. And I think the Broncos just have to go through a couple years of seeing what that looks like before they're ready to take the next step.
Experience matters.
For me, it's about the ground game. And the Broncos have to build it and lean into and commit in the offseason, during training camp, and in the regular season to building a strong run game. All the teams that are having success in the postseason, for the most part, are built around having a semblance of a dominant ground game.
And the question is, can Sean Payton even do that? Like, he just wants to throw it. He has to run it on his script. A quarterback or a coach who's committed to the run wouldn't have to run it on his script to remind himself to do it. And so does Sean Payton have it in him to change his philosophy and become like you said, a team that relies on the ground game.
Because this offensive line that they've built, and George Paton's done a really nice job assembling this offensive line, is built to be a power run game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they are lean on you, big physical type of offensive lineman. I want to see more of the gap schemes, the power in the counter that I think the Broncos could be really good at if they get the right back.
So Sean Payton said, though, it's going to be a two-back system. He admitted he couldn't really find the right combo this year. You've been pounding the table for Ashton Genty. Do you think that Sean could commit to just really going one back?
Well, I can say this as a play caller. When something's going really well because you have the personnel that matches it, you start leaning more into it.
Yeah.
So I do think that a personnel addition like an Ashton Genty, Devin Neal from Kansas, there's Cam Scattaboo. I think there's some good options out there in the draft. I don't love the free agent market at the running back position this year, but I think that the personnel addition could help Sean Payton fall a little bit more in love, at least fall in with calling the run game.
And yet Sean Payton and offensive coordinators like him like to flex their muscles with all the different personnel groups and packages and cute things they can do with different guys.
Yeah.
Jaleel McLaughlin, Marvin Mims, we can do this with that guy, this with that guy. So the temptation is to really cast a wide net and get a lot of cute stuff going on when what you're talking about, relying on one back and just going downhill, is often the most effective way to do it. But genius coaches don't like to do it because it's too simple.
Yeah. I want to go back to, I'm just thinking, we're talking about Patrick Mahomes. You're talking about how this is the Swifties and it's a business. It feels like what the NFL is missing right now is there's no Brady Manning anymore. It's just Mahomes. And everybody, who has the chance of all the quarterbacks right now to catch up? So we are getting, that matchup where the league is just salivating over, because it feels like there isn't that guy right now.
Yeah.
The one I wanted was Jaden Daniels.
Yes.
And it didn't happen.
But could he grow into that?
I think he can. I do, and I think he's built that way. If you look at his composure, even in the 55-23 debacle that happened for his team this weekend in the NFC Championship, he himself was up for the moment.
Yeah.
His dang teammates weren't there quite yet. So I do think that Jaden Daniels has that type of mindset and physical attribute to be that potential guy to take down Mahomes.
I think in a couple years from now, Bo Nix could be that guy because he's going to see him so often. They're going to play him twice every year, and if they play him in the playoffs, it's 3 times. Bo Nix can be that giant slayer and crush Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
I
Right?
love it.
Let's go.
I love it. We're ending the segment on that. That's all we needed. That's the answer we wanted. The best. Coach Mike Sanford, Nate Jackson. You guys are my favorite. Thank you for joining us.
No, you're ours.
You're the best.
Okay. Yes.
Award-winning broadcaster,
Thanks,
Romy Bean.
Thanks for joining us, guys. We will see you next time.